TradeMonster.com, 4.5 stars, best online broker, 2 years running according to Barron's. TradeMonster.com.
Welcome back to the Florida CME Group here in Chicago, April 8th. I'm Killer from Treasury Curve. Treasury Curve is an institutional money market portal. We assist firms with overnight cash management. Well, in the words of Buzz Lightyear, to infinity and beyond. Here we go, folks. We are up, and away in every market. We have new highs in gold, new highs in oil. The S&P was up earlier on. The euro currency, 144.23, new high in there. Every market is seeing a reach and catching shorts on the run. So we're trying to see how are all these headwinds playing a part. Clearly we're dealing with the government shutdown. You know, earlier on the TV they had the countdown. I think it's about 12 hours left before the government shut down. And to answer our question, and thanks for all the banter back and forth, but yes, that data, that information from the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, we're not going to get that information. It's going to be delayed a couple days, couple weeks. So much uncertainty. I think Boehner's about to speak right now, so hopefully they came to a resolution. But I think with all these new prices, especially you can hear the buzz behind me in the commodities here, they're really coming and grabbing these ags. But I think the low volume in the equity market is really an underlying current that's kind of putting some nervousness. People aren't typically going into the Treasury complex for that safe haven. They're buying gold, they're buying silver. You know, silver was that lagger there for a while, now it's catching up. But I think they're a little uncertain about the inflationary, and that goes back to the ECB, the disparity between the ECB's monetary policy and our Fed policy here domestically. Obviously they raised rates, that's why the euro currency is up, but we have to sit here, we have to see this policy through. Right, Uncle Ben? Let's drill down a little bit on these treasuries. You know, I did tweet yesterday, and you can get me on my Twitter account, @TheKiller, but under that 50-day moving average of 119.09, we really rocked pretty hard. And I tweeted, you know, do not try and catch a falling knife, throw your own. And I hope you did, because I did. And we have a low in the 30-year of 117.28, and that 10-year low is 117.29.5. We've seen a little bit of a bounce off that, so will it be the dead cat bounce, or is this going to be the inflection point for the equities to come off and those treasuries to rally again and get back into that channel trade we were talking about? You know, that S&P, it really feels like we talked about this 1338 level. It wants to test there continually. It came up this morning on the open. You saw it trade 35 and a quarter, and boom, they hit it down. Currently, you know, we're trading around that 28-29 level. We're going to see if we can rock under that 13-20-50 level. That's the weekly pivot. We've been stuck, folks, in between 13.22 and 13.35. And you can kind of smell the volatility in the air. You definitely don't see it in the volume representation, but you can kind of feel this market wants to move somewhere. It feels a little coiled in here. So maybe the best play is, you know, I defer to Dr. J and Pete on the options plays, but maybe just grab some VIX calls here and kind of sit on the sideline until you get a feel. But there's a lot of people sitting on the sidelines here. You know, in that euro currency, we talked about that new high. Amazing move, folks. You know, let's look, about 8 weeks ago, we were trading 129, trading 144. 144.23 is a high. You know, all I can say is I hope you're not short there. An oil high of 111.90 really caught some people up there. Clearly the technical trade, we wanted to get to $110. You know, you try and fade that initially, but thank God for discipline, because you know, that initial fade up, I got stopped out right away. I tried to fade that 110 level, it didn't work out. But I hope you're being nimble, hope you're using stops. Discipline's the key to the game today with this volatility in this market. Be careful. Have a great weekend. I'm actually heading to the Nerdame Rockney dinner tonight to hear Coach Kelly speak. So we're getting all fired up for the football season next year. So go Irish. Anyone's going to the dinner tonight, make sure you come say hi to me. From the floor of the CME Group here in Chicago, I'm the Killer. And remember, be the hammer, not the nail.